Welcome back. You're still watching The Agenda. So the multi-party charter's 11 participating parties are today gathering for a press conference to outline their plans for fostering economic growth and job creation in a charter-led government. The focus of the charter strategy is on creating an environment conducive to thriving economic activity. For more on this, we'll cross live now to our reporter, Mlondi Radebe. Mlondi, good morning to you. I'm going to give you the difficult task of just reminding us which parties really are part of this multi-party charter. And I think it's important to keep, of course, reminding our viewers, considering the fast-changing political landscape in our country.
Thank you very much, Nalet. You'll remember that the multi-party is formed by the Action SA, the Democratic Alliance, IFP, and other smaller parties in the province of KwaZulu-Natal without the ANC and the EFF. But you'll remember that, as you are saying that, correctly saying that, the landscape of political parties in the province of KwaZulu-Natal is one of the problems, because you'll remember that Umkhonto Wesizwe party is also the party that is the upcoming in this time, and it's one of the parties that you remember that is led by the former president Jacob Zuma. But next to me is the founder of the Action SA, Herman Mashaba, who will briefly tell us about today's event. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. Briefly about the purpose. We understand that you guys saying that you're going to grow the economy and create jobs for the South Africans once you are in power.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for giving this opportunity. You remember when we launched the multi-party charter in front of the media and people of South Africa, we committed to keep them abreast so that we can, on a regular basis, share with South Africa in terms of the common policies that we intend implementing in the event people of South Africa give us the mandate. One thing that we must accept is the fact that South Africa has entered an era of coalition, and I think it's important for us to ensure that as political parties that intends to go into a coalition, it must be political parties that share certain values. And yes, we might not really share entirely all the values, but at the end of the day, that is what coalition arrangements are all about. Every party, when we go into an election anywhere in the world, you expect to get outright majority. But if one looks at the current political climate in South Africa, no one is going to get any party getting outright majority. The chances are very slim. That's why I think this multi-party charter is an ideal platform for parties, the 10 or so parties that have now come together. We are saying to South Africans, this is what we intend doing. This is one of our first joint press briefing people of South Africa. We want to today focus on the economy, and I'm actually quite excited and sad at the same time to have this event here at the Durban Harbour. As you are aware, the almost collapse of Transnet, where containers are stuck at our harbour because of mismanagement, because of corruption, because of cadre deployment. I think it's an ideal spot. So we are going to really be briefing South Africa about the economic policies that each party is offering, that obviously we share, and some of them that we don't share. We will obviously find common grounds post the elections.
Is the Action SA worried about the number of new political parties, or the number of political parties that have registered with IEC that is over 300?
Well, I think when you live and accept a democratic dispensation, if Action SA can start as a political party, or ANC can start as a political party, and the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa says anyone can go out and start a political party, I don't think it'll be fair on anyone. I think sometimes I find it really very strange by analysts and commentators worried about the number of political parties. South Africa is a constitutional democracy. Every South African who's not really happy with the current dispensation, they're not happy with the current political parties, it is their right to form political parties. Ultimately, that voters out there are the ones who have got to really decide, because every party must then offer to the voters what they will deliver in the event of them being elected into power. But for us, honestly, to be critical of the number of parties, it's unfair. I think anyone who's against that is someone who does not believe in democracy. They want to see South Africa collapse, or they believe in one-party government, and that's something that me personally, as Herman Mashaba, the reason why I'm in politics, I like South Africa because it's a country that affords me an opportunity growing under the evil apartheid system, where I did not really have an opportunity to vote for a political party until 1994, when the new South Africa was conceived. And today, here is it. I'm not just having an opportunity to vote for political parties. I have an opportunity to form my own political party with my fellow South Africans who obviously share the same values with me. So I think let us embrace a democratic dispensation. South Africa right now, we're still really very relatively new when it comes to democratic dispensation. Time will sort the things out, but I don't think it is fair, and it is totally unacceptable as far as I'm concerned, for anyone to want to stifle a democratic dispensation.
The other question is that we see that even these political parties in their run municipalities, in their provinces, they fail to create jobs. They also fail basically to grow the economy. How is it possible for the parties to be able to create jobs for the country?
Well, I think, we need to really face this issue at a bigger level. With the current government, with their socialist, communist policies, where they have the unions in charge of the economy, South Africa will really never make it. In a country where we run race-based legislation, where we divide South Africans along racial lines, we are not building one South Africa where all of us as South Africans can be proud South Africans. Unfortunately, there's just no way you can ever build a viable, prosperous economy. For as long as we are prepared as South Africans to run this country along racial lines, for as long as we allow the unions to determine the kind of economic policies we adopt, for as long as we allow and capture our criminal justice system, South Africa will fail, because you cannot prosper in an environment of chaos. Right now, unfortunately, our law enforcement agencies, because of the capture by our current government, South Africa will unfortunately fail.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you so much.
That was Herman Mashaba speaking to us in relation to what will be tabled today, because the multi-party, they've got the press briefing here that will start at around 11:30. Back to you in studio, Naledi.